What up? What up? What up? We are back. Told y'all we would be. Why didn't y'all believe me? Oh, maybe it's because I've lied a lot about it in the past when I say I'm coming back and then I don't. Shame on you for holding me to that continuity. But either way, we have just gotten done. Oh shit, my fucking laptop. Roman Reigns' shirt looks like a Chinese star, and I'm fucking digging it. Paul Pierce is like, Roman, everything's gone too far. Jacob attacked refs. He threw me out of the ring. He had sex with my wife that night. Like, what is going on here? I don't. Some of that's not attached to storyline, Pierce. Lord Mike. Oh, I love it. Yes, they have it acknowledged. Thank you. Thank you, Roman. Thank you. Roman has to be the one that remembers the continuity because literally nobody else in creative gives a shit. Wait, what did he say? Fuck, I missed it. God damn it. Stop. Why are all of y'all talking so much? No, I'm just kidding. That's me. Okay, let me yo yo, it says OTC, but he clearly went into the bathroom, dog. No, that was a bathroom wall. If I ever seen, listen to me, guys. Let me tell you, all right. I've played football, baseball, basketball. I wrestled, like not professional wrestling, like amateur high school, middle school wrestling. I what have I mentioned? Oh, I boxed, did MMA, did BJJ. I fucking know what a locker room looks like. I know what a bathroom looks like. And Roman just went into the bathroom. I'm telling you all that right now. All right, here we go. Just so y'all know, we are a little behind. So if you're asking yourself, what the fuck? He's talking about something that happened 20 minutes ago. We're going to catch up during the commercials. Don't worry. But, I'll fast forward this right here. I just wanted to say, Breaker, they did a great job last night. They really, really did. The problem with Breaker and Seth was not anything to do with what happened between those ropes. In fact, they elevated everything. The problem is continuity. The problem is momentum, right? Like if you were to have, let's say, let's use Marvel as an example, right? Do you think Kevin Feige would be smart or stupid if he were to have put out Infinity Wars and then 4 years later put out in game, right? With all these projects in between. What do y'all think is smarter? Is it smarter to release it back to back to build off the story and momentum and have all the stakes as high as they possibly can be in everybody's mind? Or do you think that it's a dipshit thing to do to like kill that momentum completely, right? It probably would be a dipshit thing to do. We can all agree on that. So the problem wasn't the problem wasn't Breaker. It wasn't Seth. The problem was WWE thinking that, oh my God, this match is so big. We should save it for another time because we don't need it at WrestleMania. Austin Theory should go to TNA and like wreck everyone. What the hell? You were the one who said he wasn't ready. Okay, this doesn't make any fucking sense, guys, so far. All right. Let's see. How are we gonna do this? You just mentioned it, Paul. So now you're just a liar. Oh, they're letting Theory cook on the mic. They must be running slow today on storylines. Why does Logan look like he's already wrestled 5 matches? Yo, Austin Theory just said that the Street Profits want the belts because Bianca can't pay the bills no more. God damn, that's nasty work. And I love it. And here come the Street Profits. Is this the first time the Street Profits music has been played like since they've come back? Oh, you know what? Let's just do it this way. Uh, partner. That smoke. Y'all heard him. He said he wants to smoke a shit ton of weed. He just said that. How's this work? Oh, that looks whack. That looks so whack. What if I do this right here? Oh, I know what to do. Right here, right here. This works. This works. Damn, he's talking shit about his baby shower organization skills. That's fucked up. All right. Oh, the light's fucked. Hold up. Yo, Logan Paul's giving some like low key Flying Brian vibes. Am I wrong? Right? Am I the only one who thinks this is the stupidest shit? This is the 3rd week in a row that they're doing this song. And the crowd is super into it in Knoxville. Oh God, no. This is terrible. Why is Corey Graves sucking off Logan Paul? I mean, I know he's the heel, but why are you? Is that a Connor Bench shirt? Damn, that was a little. I don't know, dude. You started off raw like that? You sure? You sure that's what time it is? Oh, they right into the match. All right. Okay. Well, let's see what time it is then. Another ad break. Okay. Well, hopefully the match is over by now. Of course not. Oof. Braun Breaker taking some fucking rights, bro. Oh! Montez Ford getting that bird. Braun Breaker is calling shots from the outside. All right, whatever. Who gives a shit? Oh shit! Seth fucking landed on. But it's like, man. So then, are we saying? What are we saying? Backlash didn't mean a fucking thing. Is that what time it is? Backlash didn't matter like at all. Rollins in the black trench coat mafia, I guess. Actually, that's a dope ass jacket. Why is not Montez Ford? I shouldn't have said that. Why is Dawkins? Oh shit! Rollins just got Dawkins lit up, bro. Lit up, bro. Stop. It would have been a better line if he would have said, Rollins, what the fuck happened to my light? Roman turning heel? I thought Jacob turned heel. However, Roman is acting like a heel to an extent. Low, because you know wrestling and you know boxing. You know as well as I do that Roman has used a foreign weapon on a quote unquote heel, although CM Punk wasn't a heel, and Jacob wasn't before that end of that match. So yo, they're doing a 2-night AAA championship thing on the Grande Americano versus Grande Americano mask versus mask. It's a 2-night event. Roman is sort of an in-between face heel. Yes, exactly. You're absolutely right. But let me tell you this. My pitch is this. TKO ends up becoming like a shill right? Like the Nick Patrick NWO thing. So then at some point, Roman isn't like a heel, but he's a heel because TKO continues to like bail him out. And that's the narrative, that TKO is like basically like trying to keep Roman in power the way that WBC does, right? For Canelo. So imagine the WBC storyline, right? And then it's like instead of Canelo, it's Roman, and instead of the WBC title, it's the WWE heavyweight title. That right there is fucking storytelling at its finest. Roman needs to become something else, right? And either that's going to be the biggest heel he could be or the biggest face he could be. I just think it's so much easier to pull off the heel shit. All this trying to get Jacob fired is heel behavior. Exactly, Low. It's heel behavior. And yet he's accepted as a face. So what will they have to do in order to get fans to boo him? What is it? He's got to align with TKO. Sean Strickland just 4-7 Ariel. Oh, wait, just 10-7 Ariel on X for talking trash on him today. That a 10-7 is out of service, off duty? What does that mean? I thought you were going to say 186, Tim. I thought that's what you meant. I thought you were trying to I thought that's what you were trying to say, Alex. But I got to see it. Either way, I got to see it. Uh All right. Here it is. Sean Strickland just went off on Ariel. All right. I'm not going to share it, but I'll just read it. He said he personally thanked me once for standing up for Israel during the 7th attacks. I stand by that. Over the course of it, my views drastically changed. It went from hostage rescue to collective punishment aimed at women and children. I would say without a doubt that the APAC joke may have rubbed him the wrong way from how much he said Israel's support mattered to him. So again, you are a weak man who I will continue to avoid. This is why I don't do media with him. You are a leech who I've never respected. The moment I met this man, I knew his quality end of the day, the hatred between was real. What he said about me was wrong. What I said about him was wrong. This is what hate and anger does to people, and it still might be there, but we earned each other's respect through blood, and I would never expect a man of his quality to understand that. I will never expect a man of his quality. I think he's referring to Ariel. You and I will always be a pathetic. Oh, you are and will always be a pathetic MMA leech who has done nothing besides criticizing men who are better than yourself. Oh, Jesus Christ, Sean. You need so much help here. Did Auska retire? I don't know. We're about to find out though. The fucking video shit's coming out. Oh, 10-7 score in a round, like a dominant round. I'm so sorry, Alex. I'm so sorry. I misunderstood. I thought you were trying to say like he 86 Ariel, like, you know what I mean? Like saying like, oh, he fucking, smoked him or destroyed him online or owned him or what, you know what I mean? Like I thought you were trying to use like vernacular like that. I get it now. That's a crazy thing to say. I'll be honest. 10-7, that's kind of crazy. But anyway, the point I wanted to make though is like, I don't know. It's all silly at this point. I feel like, first of all, he's not wrong about Ariel, right? Just today I heard an Ariel interview with Rhonda, and he's like, Rhonda, I just have one question for you. Oh, one question I've only wanted to ever ask you. And this isn't about anything other than you being so hard on yourself. I mean, everybody else was hard on you, but I wasn't hard on you. I loved you and I thought you were doing great. So why were you hard on yourself? Because my opinions mean everything. So if I don't think you should be hard on yourself, then you shouldn't have been hard on yourself. So why were you? Can we be best friends and paint each other's toenails, please? Like that was Ariel Helwani today with Rhonda earlier, right? Oh shit, Pence is out big mad. Let's see this real quick. I want to hear him say an English curse word so bad. Come on, beach. Come on, you beach. That's what it would sound like. Come on, motherfucker. No, that sounds, nope, that's not how it would go. That's all right. No, he said it was the adult shit. No, that's not true at all, bro. Let's do that. All right, chat. It's open on YouTube, and that's it. Nah, you can if you want. I don't care, but I can't show comments from those platforms. The only platforms I can show comments from are YouTube, Twitch, and X. No, you X I have to turn on, but YouTube and Twitch are the only ones that go directly to the show. The guy from AAA doesn't understand what they do in AAA. Yes, Canada, where the greatest professional wrestlers are from. And if you think otherwise, it's because you're stupid. So this is how the rest of this should go, right? We should have Ethan Page still the pin over someone else, not Penta. Oh, he called him pendejo, and nobody in fucking Knoxville knows what that means. Yeah, thanks, Cole. Thanks, Michael Cole, for that dynamite dropping. Yep. Oh, I love that he's putting it over, bro. I love that he was putting it over. The hell, they're just about to have a AAA thing. Wait, when is Saturday Night Main Event? Ethan, did you see this title? Jesus, that's a second pendejo. Anytime, everywhere. That's hilarious because it's anytime, anywhere, and that's hilarious. What the fuck? Nobody gives a shit about the wrestler Rusev. They don't cheer or boo. All they say is, "Who is you?" Because nobody remembers Rusev Day. Rusev Day. He thought he'd come back and get the same pop. He was wrong. You heard that guy? You amuse me, Paige. That was hilarious. Damn, some people are just so funny. Ooh, 184 views on my TikTok profile today. That's cool. Hey, remember, you can go to my TikTok, my YouTube, my IG, my X, and it's all the same thing. Infighting FX at Infighting FX. Oh God, I hope they're not gonna try to make this like Javon's thing where he just says "whoa" a lot. So a tag match, is that what we're doing? Penta, no, cause Ethan isn't dressed for action. What are they gonna do? Oh, they doing the dance, the side step together. You know that thing? Can I catch up? All right, guys, we caught up. The hell? What sense of all does it make for Javon Evans to go clothesline for clothesline or any move for move with Rusev, right? Like his whole thing is the power or lack thereof. And Javon Evans clothesline Rusev to the ground. And this is why people don't think Rusev matters anymore. Because they're not protecting him. Oh, that has some pop on it. That has some pop on it, Brodies. You cheesing, fam. What tripped me out was when they asked Dana who was that random kid taking pictures with the fighters at the White House press conference. He said he had no clue. He said he was just being nice. Sure. But what do you think? Who do you think it was, Alex? I know what you're talking about, but are you saying that like that it's weird because there's like, oh, sure, like you think he knows who it was? Because I thought that was weird too. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Did Elon Musk drop his kid off at the White House and he's like, hey guys, could you babysit for me? Is that a good Elon? I feel like it wasn't. Somebody tell me it was a good Elon, please. I need the validation. Alex, have you seen the roast of Kevin Hart at all? What about Zuffa on Sunday? I haven't seen either, and I'm thinking, which one am I going to watch before bed? I guess Zuffa would make more sense to watch tomorrow during the show. Apparently, that kid trains at Lean EO Cruise Gym in Jersey. Really? Like MMA? That's cool. Oh, fuck. Well, I hope this is fake news, but I just got a notification saying that U.S. has relaunched a very severe missile attack on Iran. Hope it's not true, but I'm telling y'all right now, Alex said I was dumb, and I'll be honest, he was right. When I said this last week, oh shit, he just took out Rusev and himself. He said I was dumb, and he was right. I'll admit he won that debate, but I will say this, all right? Even though the White House is not going to get its own WrestleMania, as an alternative to a potential Saudi show that cannot be done because of the ongoing conflict that we've already heard them say they wouldn't go if they can't go, if it's not safe. Why not have it at the White House, right? You don't got to worry about selling tickets. You don't got to worry about, I mean, anything really. I don't know. I just, to me, it's not that I don't think MMA should have one. I just don't think it should be the first combat sport. I feel like wrestling's a much easier way to like ease it in there, you know. But either way, it doesn't matter. They're not going to do it. Alex was right. Another dub, Mario. You know it. Don't even know what you're talking. I saw the Zuffa card and I only saw the final boss roast everyone. I still haven't seen it. I saw his entrance. Alex, did you see all the wrestling fans mad that he showed up to the Kevin Hart roast and not Backlash? Like, oh man, the mark, the level of mark that you have to be to operate with that kind of rationality. I mean, it's like, how do you find your way to work every day? We won 4-2. No, we didn't. Did we? Let's see. Weren't we losing? Uh, uh, uh. Oh, I thought you were talking about the. Wait, where is it? Never mind. But anyway, shout out to I thought you were talking about the champs. I mean, I thought you were talking about the Astros at first. Yeah. Shout out to the Bulldogs. Are y'all the Bulldogs? No, you're the Astros, right? So I was technically right. But shout out to Machine Gun, Matt, and Supermex, the two best coaches in North Texas baseball. And also probably the two coaches most likely get into a fight in all of American baseball. Like they're at the place. Tennessee Volunteers are there. Okay, cool. Oh shit! Here's the AAA thing. Damn it! Why did I do this? No. Lucha Libre. Oh, this is dope. So they're doing like a video package. That's cool. The hell, Auska's here. What are we watching? What is going on? Is she trying to retcon and pretend the whole time she was doing this? And Io's buying it. What? 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 No, I'm just kidding. What the fuck is this? Oh my god, do y'all guys expect me not to crash out right now? No, it's not good at all. I'm not even gonna share your comment, you son of a bitch. How did you even get that on the screen? Oh, never mind. Yeah, he said technically I am talking the Astros. Exactly. Yo, what the fuck was this? Auska, okay. Understand why I'm upset. And it's not that I'm upset, but understand what bothers me about this is that okay, there was a storyline that Auska was essentially a psychopath, right? She demanded absolute love and loyalty. And not only that, she was refusing for anyone to be, friends with the paleface. And that was a joke. I was just joking about that. It sounded weird when I said it because it has like two meanings, but whatever. We're moving on. Oh God, now Bree's out. And so the thing is this: it was either storyline or it wasn't. Okay. Alex knows me too well. All right. Okay. Listen, Auska has been in a storyline where she was a psychopath and she was a terrible person and human being who is, very ugly to her friends. And the whole reason why people were mad about Kairi Sane getting dumped is because she was the crux of that entire rivalry, right? She was wanting to be friends with Sky and not understanding why they couldn't be friends with the North Americans. Oh, just kidding. And this whole time they're like, oh, wait, we have to be fighting because we're pulling Kairi Sane apart. And then Kairi would like inch towards being with Sky and then like understanding where she's at, and then she would just go right back with Auska because Auska had her psychologically embedded into her. Like, I mean, that was it. Like, she was a cult member. She was a cult leader. Auska was the cult leader of all the Japanese wrestlers in WWE. That was the storyline. That was the narrative. And they just retconned it, or tried to, because I'm not going to buy any of that shit, into Auska was now the whole time just trying to get Io Sky to live up to being the replacement. So he Raza Gold her? She Raza Gold her? Is this what we're saying? He said racist. Oh my God, what the fuck? So they try to retcon it and make it seem like, no, this whole time Auska was only just trying to like pull the best out of you by being a sociopath with a possessive streak and I think a bit of a Napoleon complex, if you ask me. But ultimately, they get rid of Sane and they're like, how do we get this to matter without Kairi Sane? And then it's like becomes all about Io Sky taking over for Auska. By the way, Alex, this almost all but confirms that anyone with a rational or not rational, with a unbiased perception would say Asuka's the premier Japanese female wrestler, right? First signed since Bull Nakano, multi-time champion, Royal Rumble winner. And I mean, I don't know the merch sales, but I'd be willing to bet that 10 years versus a couple years, you're probably going to have Asuka at a crazy, advantage there. But all I know is that this was really fucking not dumb. It wasn't dumb. It was just like unnecessary. Like, leave it the way it was. Wasn't that much better? All of us not knowing what's going on and like fucking wondering the whole time. Like, instead, you're like, hey, I know how to ruin months of storyline. We all witnessed why you don't piss off the umps. Oh, away coach was arguing every call and Blue called time limit while we were up. That's hilarious. Nice. Yeah, I would do the same shit all the time. If it was softball, I would literally like count who was pissing me off on the team more, because it was always people that were gonna piss you off. And then I would like, in the game super early on whoever's behalf I dislike the most, or on the behalf of the team that didn't piss me off the most. With the kids, I never did that. When I umpired the kids, literally the only thing I would do to bend the rules were to be in coach pitch. I mean, I'm sorry, in kid pitch, specifically first and second year kid pitch, a kid not getting over the plate. Then I'll open up my zone, and I'll and by the way, I let both coaches know, right? I'll bring both coaches separate, not together, right? Because it's two different conversations. On one side, I'm saying, look, I got to open the strike zone up a little bit. Your kid's not hitting it. I just want him to get a little confidence. I think if he gets a little confidence, boom. And then telling the other coach, like, look, tell your kids they need to swing at something close. Y'all are clearly the superior team. Y'all are much better. You're clearly a better coach. And I just, these guys are out of their league right now, so I can't force you to take it easy on them. I'd never suggest that. So I'm just going to tell you, fair warning, let your kids know I'm opening up the strike zone about 6 inches always. This is a 3-dimensional fucking 6 inches here, everywhere, inside, outside, up, low. I'm counting fucking curves that don't cross the plate as strikes, but remotely get close to the catcher's mitt. Um, I'm at least honest when I do that shit. Or maybe she's still crazy and she wants you to think that. Okay, well, we're gonna know if she shows up, right? Here's the thing, she's gone. I'm telling you right now, Auska's not coming back. There's no way they would be this creative with a storyline. Hold the fuck on. When Moxley and Ospreay does it, it makes sense. I didn't say it makes sense. I said it doesn't make sense. I said that. I said I enjoy the segments on AEW as it relates to this. And by the way, me and Adam just got into a huge fight over this because I refuse to acknowledge it was good. He's like, dude, this Moxley Ospreay thing is great. What are you talking about? I'm like, no, the segments are good. The segments are done well. The segments have a sort of relevancy to it when you think of Will Ospreay is a guy who continues to get hurt by performing moves that put him more at risk than they do his opponents. And now he's going to the guy that knows how to inflict singular pain, one-way directional pain. It makes sense. And also the segments are fun. It has zero stakes and it makes zero storyline sense because Will Ospreay coming after Jon Moxley is redundant and dumb because that's not the same Jon Moxley he was in a fight with. When they finished that and Will went home with the injury, it was the AW faces versus that faction. And then when he came back, everybody was settled, right? That's like if I'm a member of the Crips and we get into this fight with the Bloods at 15 and I go to jail and I get out at 40 and I expect all those people that now have kids and jobs and grew up out of that stupid culture to be like, no, what? We're not going anywhere. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to call all the Bloods from that fight and we're all going to meet at Target when it's closed in the parking lot and throw down. And they're like, no, we're fucking not. Like, who gives a fuck? Those people are all different. The ones that didn't die and are in jail right now, they have kids. They have one of them's running for Congress. Like, what are you talking about? I'm sorry. It's not the same at all, Matt. And trust me, I know 6-inch. Nobody. No, you said it makes sense. No, I did not. Okay, pull it. Tell me what show was it? I'll go and watch it myself. I swear to God, I never said this shit. And now you just made me miss probably what was the worst segment of the night. Did they forget there's 3 people in the fucking Judgment Day? What was that? I didn't say it made sense. I said it works for Ospreay's overall character arc. It works for okay, what I'm saying is it works for Ospreay, but it works in the way that it would work with anyone. Anyone. If he did exactly what he's doing right now, it would work the same, but it would make way more sense. Or not way more. Yeah, it would make way more sense. Because coming after Jon Moxley, it's like, fucking why? Why? It's not the same. He's different. Like, you know what it's like? It's like you got into a fight with a kid at school, right? And he busted up your teeth. Your fucking girlfriend broke up with you. You shit your pants in front of the principal, right? And then you don't see this kid. And then you see him again 20 years later. He's a born again Christian. And you're like, oh, I'm going to fuck you up. This is that episode of Family Guy where Peter goes after the kid that used to bully him with Chris. And he's like, but Peter, I have MS. And then Peter's like, you hear that? This guy's saying he got a monkey scrotum. Fucking hilarious, though. I'm not gonna lie. But either way, it's not. It makes sense for Will alone. It doesn't make sense as a program, which is what wrestling is. I'm telling you, and I know I never said it made sense. I said it worked for Will's character arc, never the other way. Oh, that's it. This is okay. He's just crash. He's trying to give me a crash out. To see Shane Mosley Sr. cheer on and tell Junior he's proud of him warmed my heart. A son of a boxing legend doesn't have to live up to his father. He just has to do his best, unlike a certain cartel baby. Jesus Christ, why did I even read that? Good Lord. Oh, I loved every bit of this until the very last part. I mean, not that I disagreed, but oh, this is why people keep calling me racist, because I read y'all's chats without reading them before I read them out loud. But either way, very true. I love it that the son and father, the son and father relationship in boxing typically grows toxic, right? And I think what Junior and Senior here have showed us is that it's at some point it's a better idea to get out of your son's career. Even if they're still winning, even if he's undefeated, it makes more sense to just give him up, right? If you aren't a world-class fighter, trainer, I meant, then you have no business doing that. Wait, oh, I missed this segment. Hold up, fuck. Yeah, Roman. It makes sense for Osprey's character arc. Literally, I said for nothing else. Oh, Jay's talking shit. Hold up. I'm gonna mute so I don't get God damn it. Please don't clip that. Please don't. I'm gonna mute this so I don't get kicked off of platforms. Not pegged. Matt, I literally said, see what he's doing, guys? Y'all see what he's doing, right? Look, see? He's trying to crash me out on a Monday while I'm covering Raw for fightsatw.com. And you can go to fightsatw.com, make it your one-stop shop for all your combat sports needs. Go and bookmark it. Fightsatw.com. That's where my recap for Raw will go up. That's where my recap for Backlash is now. And that's where I'll be recapping this two-night AAA show. Yo, Dom Mysterio uses his dad's name clout the way that David Benavidez uses Canelo. Well, you're making me crash out. It's fair. No, it's not, because you're misrepresenting what I'm saying. I didn't do that to you. You, oh, I thought this was going to be the main event. I swear to God, they announced it as the main event. Am I tripping? It just like doesn't make sense again, because it's like, what the hell? Fast forwarding into an ad fucking sucks. I quote word for word what you said. Yes, but you're quoting me word for word without the context, right? And it's very important, because if I said if I said, "Hey, I love this thing that the president's doing as it relates to like legalizing cannabis or doing more research in shrooms," it doesn't overall like that's not an overall like thumbs up, right? And vice versa. I can have an overall majority, overwhelming support for office, a person holding office without like being a fan of everything that they do, right? And this is the same situation. I'm saying that it made sense for Will Ospreay's character because Will's narrative is that he does stuff that people think are stupid, right? and his whole style, like, or his whole branding is based on his style. So when you start to tinker with that, like, you're getting deep on in there. No pun intended. You said Moxley Osprey doesn't make sense, but then proceeded to explain why it makes sense and you like it. Makes sense for Osprey's character, right? So, like, okay, let me give you it to you like this. Nope, that was weird too. So WrestleMania 13, Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? The Great Switch is not what I should say, because now that means something else, but whatever. So in that match, Bret Hart went in face, came out heel. Stone Cold went in heel, came out face. That was an amazing storyline, right? And it was great narrative for Stone Cold and his story. And I know that, and I believe that. And I see that match and think possibly greatest WrestleMania match of all time. Simultaneously, I very much dislike the direction it took Bret in, right? And now this is the reverse of my point for Osprey and Mox. The hell's Rhea even doing? She's on SmackDown. Why are we doing a Rhea? Anyway, my point is that you can appreciate a character arc without fully endorsing a program. The program between Moxley and Will Ospreay makes no sense at all for the points that I've already laid out. Moxley not being the same character, everything changing, the feud being so much different, and yet for some reason Ospreay is still going that direction. And for some reason Moxley's more than willing to engage in a very specific way. The Death Riders are willing to put up with it. It doesn't make any sense. All right, here comes Sol Ruka. She's going to put me in a way better mood. It doesn't make sense for his character. Yes, it does. Tell me how it doesn't. Imagine my gym's fighters have been beating you. Then purposely one of them hurt you. Then a year later, when you come back for revenge, you come up short. Would you then join my gym? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And again, the storyline doesn't make any sense. But if you take the segments, right, the segment alone, and you see the narrative, like I said, I don't think that this is good for Ospreay and Moxley. I think it's good for Ospreay. You could take Moxley out and put anyone else in, Chris Jericho, MJF, anyone, and it would still work for his character from within the segmented time frame of what they're doing, right? But the overall arc of it that spans before Ospreay got hurt up until now makes zero sense. I don't know why I did that. That was weird. Oh, I got hurt, and I just wanted to let y'all know for real. I'm for real hurt. Matt for real hurt my feelings. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Sol Ruka's about to fucking kill it right now, dude. And Io Sky had to take over for Auska and the Japanese lineage on the day that Sol Ruka was coming to face her. That's some high press. That's some high press. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie about it. High press. Why am I so far behind on this? This is weird. It still doesn't make sense for Ospreay to join the group who hurt him so he can prevent from hurting himself. Again, yes, you're absolutely right. However, the idea of him going to learn a craft that's different from his own because it subjugates him to injury does work by itself, with not specifically with Mox, right? It works less with Mox, but it works in and of itself, right? So, like, again, I could tell you that the Marvel, no, that's not going to work. I can tell you that DC's Jared Leto Joker, it worked. It worked. Just didn't work for that film. You get it, champ? It didn't work for that film, but it did work. In a lot of ways, it worked. Very creative take. So many things that he brought to it that were very original, which is difficult for a character that has been played to death. Um, and yet he managed to find something different. I think, it's in the same vein of that. Like the character arc and what was going on with the Joker in that movie all work. They just don't work for that film. Certainly not as well. And it's the same thing I think with Osprey. He's learning a deathmatch style, but we don't know that he's learning a deathmatch style, right? Because the footage we've kept cut like Floyd Mayweather at the gym, right? He don't let nobody film no fucking sparring. So we don't know what he's learning. Here's the thing. I would actually love if Will Ospreay debuted in 2 weeks and just did like rest holds the whole fucking night. Oh, you know how epic that would be? Oh, that would boom out the building. They would hate it, bro. Imagine you buying tickets to go see Will Ospreay and he pulls a fucking Cactus Jack circa ECW 1994, 5, whatever it was. But y'all remember that when Cactus would just do rest holds and wrist locks and headlocks and they would boo the shit out of him, right? Yo, you could do the same sort of thing. So I don't know if they'll bring it home, but it works. I'm surprised they're running this Sol Ruka Io Sky match so soon. I really am. Because the thing is that this could be a match. Like, this should be for like the IC title or some shit right now. Tripping. He might as well learn ladders from Jeff Hardy. I mean, that's not a bad idea. It worked for that film, and that film sucks. See the similarity? Oh, dude, Matt, you're like really good. Obviously, I love you as a co-host, and anytime I can have you on, I would have you on. But man, when you're not on the chat's missing something. So John Moxley going to turn Will Ospreay into Dean Malenko? No, he's not going to turn him into Dean Malenko because Dean Malenko is the man of 1,000 holds, and I said all he's got to do is 3 of them. But he does have to turn him into a safer wrestler. Oof. Sol Ruka took a big stumble. I don't know. Y'all think they're going to try to take Io Sky the distance? No, I'm not on Twitch right now. Why? Why'd you ask? No, I'm on IG. Nobody's on IG. Oh, why didn't y'all tell me? Oh, never mind. It's not. Yo, can y'all hear me on IG? Can somebody let me know? I'm not on TikTok either right now. I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube, X, and IG. Why? Why do you keep asking me that? So if you're going to pick anyone in AEW to make you safer, you'd pick John Moxley. If you're going to find somebody who is going to present a style in which your risk to reward ratio as it relates to offense, you're going to pick anybody but Will. Anybody but Will works. You see what I'm saying? Like, again, I keep saying this, but it's not that it works because of John. It works because it's Will. It would work a little better if it was someone other than John, but it works with whoever it works with because Will's like the most unsafest worker. We all agree on that. So literally anyone else is by virtue safer. It's not about working safer either. I misspoke and I shouldn't have done that, but I can't do anything about it now. It's about creating a style for which inflicting pain to your opponent comes without the cost of your own safety and physical prowess. No, that's stupid. To your physicality, whatever. I don't give a fuck. You get what I'm saying by now. And what is John Moxley's style? Yeah, it's deathmatch. It's, physical. It's, yeah, I get it. But I'm saying, though, John Moxley. Oh, I don't know what that was. Am I still on? Oh, yeah, I'm still on. It's not John Moxley's style per se. He's in a group of people that can basically make him become any style they want him to be. Right? It's not necessarily John Moxley teaching him specifically alone. It's John Moxley being the overall instructor, the dean, if you will, to Will Ospreay's re-education into wrestling, right? And so this isn't a situation where, Jose Lothario and Shawn Michaels are in a gym and Jose Lothario's just trying to keep Shawn from, not focusing on the gym and having sex with Vince. I'm just kidding. I had to throw that in there. Shout out Bret Hart. Ultimately, this is a situation where it's not Jose Lothario and Shawn Michaels champ. This is a full wrestling university, and Professor Cesaro is on one side of it. I don't know why I called him by his WWE name, but that's okay. You got classes in different styles of wrestling, right? That's like saying the movie is good because the beginning is good, but the rest of it sucked. No, it's like saying the movie Hulk sucked, but it did well to set the character arc for the character Hulk that would later be played by a different actor. So they set the basis for the Hulk and who the Hulk could be in that movie, but the movie wasn't great. Actually, I liked Hulk more than most people, but you get the point. He's in a group of people that wrestle the same. No, they don't wrestle the same. That's come on, Matt. Now you're just trying to maneuver the argument to fit your narrative. I mean, Cesaro is 10 times stronger than all of them put together. They certainly do not wrestle the same. Pac just dropped 20 feet to a fucking golf course. Is that safe? That wasn't safe. No, that was definitely not safe. And maybe that's Will having a negative influence on them. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not going to retcon it. I'm not saying the whole thing's great. I just said that the segments that have come out were, look, and maybe other people don't like them, but I thought they've been very good. I thought they've been entertaining for sure. If you can get past the fact that him even having a program with John Moxley is nonsensical. That's a lot to ask. I get that. That's a lot to ask. But I can try to do it. It's okay to say there's no logic being followed on Wednesday, Mario. It's okay. I agree. It's okay. And I think I've said that very clearly. I also think simultaneously it's okay to say, hey, a wrestling show's main narratives and sub narratives are lost in the sauce. But I really enjoyed that fucking Willow Nightingale promo, or I really enjoyed that opening match with fucking Speedball or whatever. It's equally okay, Matt, to enjoy aspects of that show that are enjoyable, right? And again, I'm asking a lot when I ask to suspend your the rational part of your brain when it comes to Moxley. But outside of that, there's been some pretty good narrative and work. I think the Hurt Syndicate could be used better, but ultimately, I think there are a lot of good things on Wednesdays still. By the way, I love the golf thing. I'll be honest. I thought it was creative. I thought it was cool. I love golf. I fell in love with golf. I've been playing it a lot when my back's not hurting. But yeah, I actually liked it. But I do agree. It was goofy. Good wrestling matches on a bad TV show. Yikes, Matt. That is not something that Tony's going to appreciate us saying. And he's going to kick us off the paid list that we're both on, Matt. No, I'm just kidding. We're not on it. Matt's on it. No, I'm just kidding. He's not on it either. Damn, EO just stepped on Soul's stomach to get to The turnbuckle. That was all sorts of nasty. It's kind. You don't think it's kind of dumb that like they keep doing this with them with Sol Ruka? Like, why did she just do a showcase match to lose? Like, I don't know if it's a situation where you like don't give a fuck that she loses because wins and losses don't matter anymore, or for a while. Damn, that was nasty too, the way she got that shit done. Damn, I hope they show that again. Damn it, they didn't. That was fucking sick. I wish I could have showed y'all that. They should just pay Braun Strowman for a one-off to put over Oba. Dude, you said that like 3 weeks ago, Alex, and I've been telling everyone that since. Like it was my idea. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean I have been, but yeah, dude, you're absolutely right. You convinced me the first day you said it on the show. I think that it's a very good idea and it's worth whatever money. How much what's the cap you'd pay Strowman though for one night? Okay, wait. One match, 3 appearances. So the initial appearance, the go home appearance, and then the PLE appearance. What would you pay Strowman? Can you pay him 7 figures for that in the new TKO era? Can you pay him 7 figures for a single night? Or do they believe that they don't need him to get Oba over? They could save, 7 figures. I don't think it would be 7 figures, but I'm just saying. What's the cap you could pay someone like Braun Strowman to just put over Oba? The most passive aggressive yeets yet. Just let him beat Omos. He's already on the payroll. I say beat them both, bro. I think that was Matt's or Alex. One of y'all said it the other day. Y'all put a list of like 3 people that he could just squash, and that would be great. But realistically, who do you think is coming out to get squashed? Carmelo? That's an interesting. Why do you say Carmelo? That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought him, and yet now that you say that, wow, that could work very well. They could have a different sort of match, right? Still a squash, but entertaining in the sense that here's a guy that keeps like maybe trying to do offensive moves, right? Like maybe he like keeps trying to like jump off the top or like springboard off of the turnbuckle, right? And it would just fucking boom every time. Bro, John Cena announced this like he's got like money staked on this shit. He's like, please, this gotta work. That's ass. They should have Penta and what's his name? They should have Penta in a match with like a four way, at least a triple threat. Like why would Ethan Page just flat out receive a match specifically over Rusev, right? But then specifically over Javon Evans as well. Hear him out for what? Bam, bam, bam. Nope. Turn down for what? Who's gonna step up to the plate? People are pissed at Cena's announcement, not because it's lame, but because it lived up to Cena's tweets, hyping it up as exact wording in them. Cena is a smartass in that way. Yeah, that is funny, right? Like every aspect of it was true, but from like a kayfabe standpoint, right? Because it's not that I don't have hopes for it. I do. I don't have hopes for it sticking around. Like not at all, not even a little bit. Because the thing is this, right? Um, you know what it's definitely not going to be? It's not going to be as cool as the Cruiserweight Classic. It's I don't even know if it's going to be as cool as the fucking what was the women's one called? The Mae Young, right? I don't even think it'll be that good. I don't even think it'll be as good as the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classics that we've gotten from NXT. And all those things were one and done, or most of those things were like, a few and done or whatever. Uh, Specifically the Cruiserweight Classic, I think they got two out of them, but that thing was badass, and it spawned the Cruiserweight show, the Purple show. I don't know what that was supposed to be. I think they tried to like trick people into thinking it was Evolve or something, but what was it called? 504. What was it called? 504. I don't remember what it was. It was a number. I know it was a number. I'm almost certain it was a number. 607. Nope, that's I don't know why I sounded so confident cuz that wasn't even close. Uh I don't remember, but the whole thing was cool. So the whole point I'm trying 205 live. Thank you, champ. Yes. Man, I wasn't even close. And I was so confident with that 607. Did I say 607 or 605? If I said 605, then that makes sense why I was confident because I was one number off. But if I said 607 like I remember, then boy am I a moron. Um Yo, if you're watching the fuck. If you're watching the Nordum or whatever you have and you're seeing like the non-commercial version of it, like my you UPN's has I mean my VPN UPN my VPN has it in for the UK, so they were showing Stephanie Vicker and I mean not Stephanie Vicker, I'm sorry, Liv Morgan, the Judgment Day, and Roxanne Perez was like looking annoyed while Liv was talking, and now she was like rolling her eyes and being pushed into the mic. I don't know. It was weird. Wait, what happened with her? Sol Ruka, what happened? Becky Lynch. Why did I say Becky Lynch? Becky Lynch. You know, that good old Becky Lynch. I like that Becky Lynch. He said UPN isn't a channel anymore. It's the CW now. Hilarious. No, my UPN puts me anywhere I want on the internet. All right, machine gun. If I tell my UPN to make me from Brazil so that I can get the boob channels that they exist over there that do full frontal, it'll let me. All right. Thank God I have a UPN, and you can use promo code InfightingFX to get your own UPN, and then you can watch softcore porn in every single corner of the market, in every single corner of the world. Some of it is not so soft. It's too late, bro. It's too late. I've been streaming for 7 hours today. No, 6. Yeah, 6 hours today. Just over now, actually. He said, don't do that, kids. Yeah, don't do that. I don't have to worry about kids or women watching my show anymore. I've seen the numbers behind the numbers, and let me tell you, I do not appeal to women or kids at all. So here's the thing. If I wanted to, I'm not going to say it that way. If I wanted to be like more like kid friendly or like woman friendly, I definitely could. I should be, right? It would be smarter. I'll be honest, Matt, I'm very, very unhappy with today's live. And please don't take this the wrong way, because you did absolutely nothing wrong, and I'd love you to keep doing exactly what you did. But I'll be honest, it did get to me when you said that the R word count was up to 13, what it was, 14. Yeah, man, that was not cool. Especially because I'm just like way too inept at, or I guess the better way to say is especially because I have a vocabulary that's equipped to not use that word as much as I did today. But I had been doing better, so I'm not going to beat myself up. Not until the show blows up and then I have to apologize for it. No, I'm just kidding. If you wanted to attract hits, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Definitely didn't say it. That was what was coming out. Stopped myself from saying it. Said something else because y'all keep calling me out on all my fuck ups. History making, shocked the very foundation of WWE. He was right, just wasn't right by much. He was right, kayfabe, right? Because we've seen stuff like this before. I mean, it just wasn't named John Cena. But basically what he described was, I mean, essentially the same kind of ideas that were in I mean, because it's the Cruiserweight Classic had WWE wrestlers. It had NXT wrestlers. It had New Japan wrestlers. I mean, these people weren't under contract with them anymore, but, you know, because what's his name was in it? The world champion for New Japan Wrestling, Zack Sabre Jr., he was in it, right? Damn, y'all, I think y'all went way too soon for this angle, bro. Y'all didn't have to go this way yet. Cause like, think about it, like now it's gotta be over, right? It's done. This is the last Oba Open challenge you can have. How is it not done? Everyone's scared. You've just admitted it. So unless you import someone, right, from NXT or AAA, I mean, yeah, AAA. Oh, almost at the AAA. That would be fucking sick. If that's what they do, then I accept. That's what you were going to say. Yeah, I was definitely going to say it, but I recognized it was a weird thing to say, even under the context it was in. Yeah, this is okay. As long as they're going to run the Omos match at the AAA card, or at the very least at Clash in Italy, because that's on May 31st. Yo, wait, so does that mean the AAA shows the 29th and the 30th, and then this show's on the 31st? But it's like, here's the thing, they can't do it anymore. The Oba challenge is done. Nobody accepted. That's it. And now it doesn't make sense. Like, let's say next week he comes out and fucking who's a Raw member? Austin Theory comes out, right? Just example. Uh and then you're like, why didn't you come out last week, champ? It don't make no sense. There's no answer for why you don't come out last week. Did you see there's a Saturday night main event in between Backlash and Clash? I did, and they just promoted those two matches. It's Ethan Page and Penta for the IC, and then Street Profits are getting a shot at the tag titles. That would be a good place to put it, but I think Omos is a much bigger attraction. He's so much more over in AAA. The win and the optics of that win would be so much bigger in AAA, right? Let's be real, right? Obafemi gets over no matter where he's at, but the pop of putting down Omos, bro, imagine him doing what he did to Big Boy the other day, last week, Otis, bro, that shit would, the entire foundation of Mexico would shake, right? Y'all know Mexico City's leaning, right? Like a fucking, like a 2000 slab in Houston. That shit's leaned out, bro. Y'all know that, right? Because all the water's being sucked out of the ground in Mexico, and the country's literally doing this. It's like caving in. And so Mexico City, which used to be a center with like water on one side, and they wanted to build a way for the water to get around. And so they basically made a channel and then put their city at the very bottom of it. So everything sinks down into it, and the water like fucks it all up. I saw this documentary on it. That's why everybody hates Corona in Mexico, because they use a bunch of water outside of the district, but it pulls from their whatever. So it saturates the ground and then unsaturates the ground, and then it causes a swelling. That's how some people think that the San Andreas fault got created, from uh over repeated saturations and then unsaturations, and then the ground essentially starts to dry out and crack and become soft. Like your dick. No, I'm just kidding. I was like, man, I sounds like I'm trying to sound smart. I better say something stupid soon, or people are gonna start getting the wrong idea about me. They're gonna be like, hey, this guy's smart, and I'm gonna have to be like, no, stop. I'm not. Except when it comes to wrestling and boxing and MMA. And then I'm basically a genius. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna start the Devil May Cry, Alex. Let me know. Have you ever seen it? I heard that the first season was really good, and I saw that season 2 was coming out. So I was like, you know what? Let me give it a try. I have like so much shit to catch up on though, bro. I want to see the roast. I gotta watch Zufa. What else? Oh, I still haven't seen the UFC prelims. I mean, other than like online, like the no, I don't. No, that's not. No, no, I won't cover it. Why? Well, what? When is it? Is it? Does it have American? I mean, not American TV. Does it have international TV? Because I wouldn't be able to watch it if it's like in Germany or some shit like that. What about the? What about the mountain? When does he fight? Fury's nitwit brother. When does the Fury Mountain fight happen? Oh no, wait, is he fight? He's not fighting the Mountain. He's fighting. Who's he fighting? MVP MMA debuted this weekend. No shit, did it really? Oh, I need to check that out too. Where did it debut at? Or what did it debut on? What platform? Not the Zone, right? But y'all know what I'm talking about. The who's Fury fighting again? I keep wanting to say Larry Wills. Why do I keep wanting to say Larry Wills? The UK strongman who had that documentary on him and it was on Netflix. Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall. No, this weekend is the Rousey fight. Oh, that's right. The debut this weekend. My bad, dude. I'm tripping. Yeah, I just saw the Rousey Gina Carano thing on there too. It looked pretty hype, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They're doing a really good job of promoting it. Shout out to MVP, bro. Dominic theme song is complete Drake. He needs to sing his own theme. Yo, that would be sick, bro. Shawn Michaels style, right? Like, don't really try, but try. You know, my mullet's cute. The girls get horny whenever they see stash. They think I'm gay, but I'm not. And when they realize I'm a male thought, they call me dirty boy. Dirty boy. He's just a dirty boy. Dirty boy. Or you know what? Bring Sensational Sherry to sing it. I'm just a dirty boy. Yo, he should just straight jack that shit. MVP gonna need it if Jake show is over. Oh, the Jake show is over. Yeah, no. They're gonna need all they could get. I think Jake comes back though, at least for another fight. There's no way like with De La Hoya, Golden Boy would not have survived if De La Hoya wasn't still fighting, right? The only reason that Golden Boy was able to even get dates with HBO back then was because he was still fighting. And essentially, the way it went was, hey, do you want my fights? Well, now you're going to have to give me fights for my fighters and dates. So then it was like that transfer happened. And De La Hoya had to fight as long as Golden Boy needed to be relevant. By the time they got all their fighters, he didn't have to fight anymore. He still wanted to out of ego, and just did nothing but sully his own name. And then you get to a point where it was like, you could tell he wanted to come back, but I don't think he could. And then it got to a point where he just kept saying he was going to come back just to keep the clout, right? Because Canelo had left and shit like that. But Alex, what? Why, bro? That sounds I don't know. It sounds weird for someone who loves MMA as much as you do. You're going to miss that card. I get it. It's a petty money grab. Nobody disagrees. But what's the difference between that and UFC petty money grabs and Top Rank and Golden Boy and Showtime and HBO and Matchroom and all the other petty money grabs that we've gotten over the years? Like, what about those? Like, I don't know. I know you're an MMA fan, like a hardcore. I know you love this sport and you appreciate it at a level that goes beyond the bullshit. So I don't know. It just feels like you're punishing yourself almost because people are gross when it comes to money. Like, this is the sport we fucking love, is the one that makes the most grossest money there is. We get all of our money from the fucking Saudis. And you're talking about petty money grabs, bro? That's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy. Not at all. It's not crazy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it that way. It's not crazy at all. That's very rational. It just doesn't make sense to me for it to be like a situation where you're like, oh, I'm going to watch Sean Strickland and, and Hamzat and not say that's a money grab. I mean, you could look at it that way, but I'm saying it's like all the money grabs that came before it. I mean, UFC started out as a money grab. You know what I mean? It's a money grab, but there's actual fights under it. Thank you. That's the way to say it. Thank you, Matt. You're so much better at saying things rationally. Ronda blames Hunter Campbell for trying to devalue them for being in their 40s. We'll see if Hunter made the right move. Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point, right? That said, though, there are fights on the card. You know what I mean? And here's the other thing: there get I get no okay. Ronda and Gina Carano are definitely out of their prime, far from out of their prime. I don't know that their approach to fighting has changed. I don't know because that doesn't usually change. You might work around it or try to, depending on what it was, and you not being youthful enough to carry that sort of style anymore. But ultimately, I have no reason to believe these two women are going to take it easy or not going to go for it. So it's like you're going to get one of two things. You're going to get a pretty even matchup from two women who have aged and digressed to a similar element, or you're going to get Ronda Rousey starching Gina Carano out. Either way, I think it's an interesting, narrative. Diaz literally rejected the McGregor trilogy to fight Mike Perry. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't think it makes sense either, but I still think it's an interesting fight. No, I agree with that fully. Fully. There's not one aspect of what you just said that I don't rationally believe. And yet, I want to see fucking Diaz fighting fucking Mike Perry. I mean, come on. They're two of the most craziest people that have ever been in combat sports, and they're going to fight each other. Like, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe a fan man flies down from the fucking ring. Maybe a fucking fight busts out over a low blow. Maybe fucking I can't remember any crazy. Maybe somebody bites somebody's ear. I think honestly, all three things are very likely, or not very likely. I'm sorry. They're more likely than any other fight. And I would say that this is probably like one of the rare times where all three of those things could happen under one roof or like under one duration of a bout. And that would be fucking Mike Perry and fucking Diaz, bro. Because they paid him more, Alex. Oh, wait, because they paid him more money, Alex. Now, let's be real here. Outside of the White House card, this is going to be the most viewed and drawn the most people in all of MMA this year. I don't think that's wrong. I don't think that's wrong. I don't. I don't think you're wrong about that. I think you're probably right. I don't think it's because, MVP represents this huge entity in MMA. I don't think it's because the card is so good or, Gina Carano is such a big name or anything like that. I do believe that it being on Netflix, it being one of the rare times that the UFC is being challenged in their own sport, those usually attract good promotion. The reason why they're rarely often successful is because the fights themselves are very rarely good. In this case, that's not true. They have a bunch of people that have been world class over the last 5 years, and they're going to be all fighting on the same card. And so, even though the matchups aren't like world class, they are interesting. I don't know. I think it's appealing enough to people, specifically casuals, right? You might be right. Hardcore UFC and MMA fans might not give it the time of day unless it becomes something that is like worth watching. But I think ultimately they're going to pop a number for sure. I think they pop a number. If this was a UFC numbered event with Ronda just the main event, they would have made their money back. Yeah, man, dude. I agree with that. That's all I'm gonna say. Yo, the Burrows looks like a good show on Netflix. Have y'all ever seen From? It's on Paramount. It's so good. Oh no, it's on MGM. It's like a sci-fi show, like kind of like a Black Mirror almost, but it's I mean that's not like Black Mirror, but it's like it's not an anthology show. It's about a place in America that's like kind of like the Bermuda Triangle. And so people on the road, when they come up to this tree that completely blocks their way, that there's no getting past, they double back and they end up in this town that you can't escape from. And in this town, there are monsters that come out at night. Now they don't know what they are. They're kind of like zombies, but we haven't found out in the show what they really are yet. But essentially, they come out at night and they'll eat you and kill you and make you one of them if they can. Uh, but they have these like little stones that protect them from them coming inside. Like they can't come inside the house. But it's such a good show, though. It's called From. I recommend it. There's no way that Grande's winning this, right? And that they're going to make Grande versus Grande for the AAA title, right? Because you don't need it. It's the mask and the mask. I'm just selfish. Rousey and Carano belongs in the UFC. Not as a simple tool used by Jake Paul to stick it to Dana White. I don't I think like the vibes. I get it, champ. I get it. Mm, for me, it's kind of like Dana White getting into boxing. It's like the current system is not being ran by anyone like morally, like everybody seems morally corrupt in boxing. So why would I fight or argue against them or argue for them keeping their place in boxing? I wouldn't. Now, I'm not saying Zuffa is any better. I'm not saying Dana White's going to make things better. Not at all. But I definitely don't think it's that protecting the old guard is worth fighting for. Not at all. So that's kind of how I see it with Jake. He's doing real work with MVP with the women. I mean, real work. I mean, he has garnered a ton of respect for himself amongst promoters in boxing. And it's like, you're right. It does feel like this isn't genuine, but whatever really does. Mm. Damn, Dom just got belly to belly into the fucking. Yo, I love seeing the Creed bros in masks and overalls. That is the look. Uh-oh. El Grande in the suit. Why would Ludwig's version? Oh, he's trying to take off his mask. Why would Ludwig's version not want to wrestle for the AAA title? That doesn't make any sense. Ooh, I thought Dom was going to overshoot that, bro. Dom retains the AAA belt. What? How is Obafemi's challenge gonna continue? Can anyone explain to me how Obafemi's challenge is gonna continue? Nobody went out there. Why would you? Oh my god! Why would you run a segment that you basically just killed? And if you're gonna do that, under what circumstances does it make sense for you to go the full distance with it? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Ooh. Uh-oh. I don't know if he said something. He's like, you know what, Austin? Shut up. I don't like you. Wacky. All right. That was really, really weird. Mm-mm. Here comes Roman Reigns. What do y'all think? Is Jay gonna turn on them with Jacob? I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna keep predicting that. It is weird though, like Jimmy only being out with them. Like, I don't know. It's the slowest storytelling ever. So who knows what's going on? Backrooms looks cool, I guess, but it looks like that show from Apple TV. Arnold Allen versus Milk Costa this Saturday. Troy versus Maker return this weekend. Oh yeah. Time to lock in this bloodline scene. You know it, champ. Let's see what it looks like. Yo, all I know is SmackDown sucks, dude. Like, geez, there's like nothing about SmackDown that I give a shit about right now. Man, Roman's got some great hair, don't y'all think? I'm just kidding. I'm not. RTC, RTC. Roman Reigns. Knoxville acting like a bunch of UK marks. Jay is like coming off really weird. Is he not? Am I the only one who thinks this is weird? You gotta be smart about this, Jacob. Oh shit, he just headbutted Jay. Damn, now Jimmy's getting it. They're fighting. That's the turnbuckle. Oh shit. Jacob hit him with a fucking hard elbow. I like that he went through both Usos, right? Like this is what we need to see. Like this is him getting through the, middle guys and then getting to the big boss, right? It's like you got to beat up Goro before Goro. Was it Goro, right? Goro. You got to beat up Goro before you get to Shang Tsung. He got a chair. Roman's got a chair. Somebody went, Yarami. Oh, damn. He's doing work with that chair. But Fatu got him back. So they're just going to battle over the ring again. Is that how we're going to end this? Because, oh my God, it's Zilla Fatu. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, Roman went for the spear. I really wish that they would have saved the Tongan death grip for the very end of the match. Oh, what do you know? Another table break to finish Raw. Ooh, Roman took a. Yo, are they just like beating up Roman? Oh, Superman punch. Damn, he just annihilated that table with Roman. Oh, he's licking the title. Ugh, that is not the look you want. Oh man, and he stands tall with the title. Looks like they're probably going to run that back. I guess at Clash of Champions, unless it's the Saturday Night Main Event. Who knows? But anyway, guys, appreciate y'all tapped in today. We did, no joke, we did 7 hours of live today. If you didn't get a chance to check out the weekend recap, we did that earlier in the day. You can go to lives on YouTube. You can go to lives on X and watch those back, Twitch as well. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Shout out to Machine Gun Matt. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Mech. Shout out to Bruce. Shout out to Low Nose Boxing. Everybody that was in the chat, everybody that joined, appreciate you. 268 of you. And you would be doing me the biggest favor in the world if you would hit that like, hit that sub, hit that follow. We go live every day, Monday through Thursday, plus all the big fights, pay-per-view, PLEs, wrestling, MMA, boxing, all live recaps, all live reaction. And you can go to fightsatw.com is where my recap for Raw, SmackDown, and all WWE PLEs are, along with constant updates on AEW and TNA weekly TV. Make it your one-stop shop for all combat sports needs. Fightsatw.com, bookmark it, daily exclusives and coverage of all your favorite fights and fighters in all combat sports. So go to fightsatw.com, bookmark it, check out my stuff. And the award-winning team, by the way, shout out to Abe Gonzalez, Ryan O'Hara, and I think it was Jacob that won the other award for the Boxing Writers Awards. So shout out to them. FightsATW.com. Once again, third year in a row with award winners. So shout out to them. And then we'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you like, make sure you sub. I am on Fights. I'm sorry. I'm on Infighting FX. INFIGHTINGFX all together. You got to put the @ symbol at the beginning, otherwise it will not pop up on YouTube and TikTok, I think. Either way, just put the @ and it's at Infighting FX literally everywhere. YouTube, X, Twitch, IG, and TikTok. You could also follow me personally at Mari Munguia on IG. But yeah, we will be live tomorrow about 12, maybe 1 p.m. And then we'll be live on Twitch tomorrow night. No Twitch tonight, but we will be back tomorrow. So peace out. Appreciate everybody. Please hit the sub. Please hit the follow. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, peace.